Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to one more video. This is the sixth time that I'm taking a belt test in Shodokan Aikido. I started in June of last year, so level 8, then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Sixth time that I'm taking the test. So this is the first part called Suwari Waza, or sitting techniques, with the technique called Kote Hineri. And if you're familiar with the Aikikai style, this is also called Sankyo. So I have to stop the attack and twist the opponent's arm. I think it's very useful because once you get to this Kote Hineri position, it's impossible to leave. Interestingly, this Kote Hineri techniques is also in the self-defense kata from the Kodokan, which is a kata you have to take to get the sixth done in judo. And the guy who did that kata was the founder of this style of aikido called Tomiki Aikido. So it's a very useful technique. All right, so we get to the next part of the test. This is called Tekubi Waza, or wrist techniques. And the interesting part about this is because if you look at my former belt tests, in each part they require from you a knowledge of a certain area. So this is probably the last part. No, that's another one in the next one. So the techniques in Shodokan Aikido are divided into, we have 17 basic techniques. The first ones are called Atemi, or the hidden techniques. Then we jump to Hijiwaza, or elbow techniques. Then we go to this part here, which is called Tekubiwaza, or wrist techniques. The last part in my next belt test in December is going to be Ukiwaza, or the floating techniques, which I think came from judo or are very similar. Yes, so here I'm only doing the wrist techniques. So this first technique, this is Tekegaishi. The second one. The first one was Kote Hineri. The next one is, so this technique is, this is Tenkai Kote Hineri, or in Aikikai we call it Sankyo. Last technique is, so this is Tenkai Kote Gaeshi, or in Aikikai we call it Shiho Nage, which is very similar to the Korean Seoi. So this is a way so we can see that martial arts can be pretty similar. And Aikido and Judo have a common ancestor in Jujutsu styles. All right, so the third part of the test, this is called Nage no Kata. And if you know Judo, you know that we also have this Nage no Kata in Judo. This first technique is similar to the Ukiotoshi technique in Judo. If you look at Nage no Kata in Judo, you'll see that the first technique is very similar. Yeah, basically, that's it, just a kata. So in Tomiki or Shodokan Aikido, by the way, in the last part, I was about to say the name of the creator of this Aikido. It was Tomiki Kenji. So in the beginning, it was called Tomiki Aikido, but then it split. So in Kansai area where I live, it's called Shodokan. In Tokyo, it's called Tomiki, but it's pretty much the same thing. So this is the kata, Nage no Kata. In my next belt test for the level 2, there's another variation of this kata. It's a very interesting one. All right, so this is the fourth part of the test for a technique called Atemi, which is something I'm interested in researching more about Judo, because Judo also used to have Atemi. And I wonder if it was similar to this style of Aikido, because both judo and aikido have as a common ground the schools of jiu-jitsu called Kitoryu, which is I think where this atemi came from, and there's another one called Tenjin Shioryu. I'd like to look more into that, but this is I think a very useful techniques showing that you can't generalize aikido. So we have striking techniques. So this can be used to throw someone. And I gotta be honest with you. So once people get this technique to you, you can resist because you get totally off balance. So there's no resistance. Right, so I got to the last part of the task. This is called nigiri gaeshi, which means you, like when people try to grab you, grab back. Nigiru means to grab, and kaesu means to return. So, so when someone tries to grab you, you just counters that and uses that to both actually you twist in the person's, your opponent's here is the wrist, and also taking their balance, which is going to be used for the technique here. So for this first part, I'm using I think oshitaoshi. Yeah, this is oshitaoshi. So in Aikido will be called the ikkyo, and the second technique would be tenkai kotegaeshi, I guess. Let's see what is the next technique. Okay, so next one is sorry, it's hikitaoshi. There's no technique similar to that in Aikikai, even though when you do the technique called Sankyo, the last part you take your opponent's balance, bringing him forwards. But this is interesting because if you look at my older belt tests, you see that this kind of technique, like balance, unbalancing, they start like a piling up and they get connected. So it's a very, I think the system of Shodokan Aikido is very effective because you have techniques that they come in the right order, so that by the time you get to this level, for instance, I know the Atemi techniques well. You know, I'm gonna test them in the tournament next month here in Osaka. So that's it. So this was my belt test. I passed successfully. So I'm level 3. And the next test is level 2, which is a brown belt, levels 2 and 1 in brown belt. I'm looking forward to it. So thanks for watching. Please consider, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Don't forget to hit like. If you like to learn Japanese, I have to organize the situation of my course so I can start selling it again. So it's a course, Japanese course in Portuguese. Keep being a member of this channel. You can support me on PayPal and also Patreon. And I have to write there because I haven't been writing for a long time. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
I just like